I want to talk about my favorite character from the reboot and probably a lot of others' favorite character too. That character is Julia, the Queen of Mean. In season 1, we first saw Julia with the new cast, and honestly, first impression, she was just alright. She was an influencer and was all about keeping the peace and being calm. Not gonna talk too much about her until episode 5, where we start to see her true colors. We see her roast a raptor, and honestly, I kinda feel bad for the raptor, like, Julia was ruthless.
Bags under your eyes. You have puny little chicken wing arms. And your toenails? Big yikes. It's actually no wonder you went extinct, because no one would want to get with that.
That was definitely the best part of the episode, so after that episode, we saw Julia start to be her true self. She started to be mean to everyone. This is when I started to like Julia. She wasn't bored anymore. It was pretty cool how they changed her from being a calm girl to a ruthless manipulator. I can see why people don't like her because she is mean, but I like villain characters in total drama. My favorite character is Heather, and Julia has some similarities to her. She has a lot of funny moments the rest of the season. Also, her and Boyd's rivalry was pretty good.
95% of your social media followers are bots!
Take that!
You can see her talk to other contestants and try to convince them to eliminate this person or make them feel like they're going to get eliminated. She was a really good character this season and wouldn't mind if she won the season. However, it's pretty obvious that she would be eliminated before the final 3. Like I said before, I really like Julia in the season, probably my favorite character for that season. In season 2, I had a feeling Julia might be an early elimination. Definitely people hated her and be on Boyd's team. However, we saw an alliance with Julia and MK, which was kind of weird, definitely since they seemed not to like each other last season. I honestly liked Julia and MK's friendship just alliance. It was random, but it was handled well. We saw Julia actually be nice to someone. Julia was definitely less mean this season, but still had her moments. Julia did work with MK to cheat for the first 5 episodes, which I didn't hate because we never saw a team cheat before to win. But probably something they shouldn't do again. It would be obvious that Julia would want to cheat. She wants to win and make sure she has immunity. Definitely with them losing the first 2 challenges. Most of her moments were with MK this season, and I really liked her this season. She was a character that you shouldn't mess with. We definitely saw this when she wrote a fake contract just to eliminate Nichelle, just because Nichelle insulted her, showing that Julia is a strong player. There is one thing that I don't like about Julia this season, and it was most of her moments convincing to eliminate players were off screen. We didn't see her write the contract for Nichelle. We didn't see her convince the others that Bowie was the reason for them cheating in challenges. It's just telling us that Julia is a strong player and that she can convince others. We actually don't see it. She just told us that she did it, but we never saw it. However, other characters that I liked seeing Julia with was Wayne. You could tell she doesn't like him, but got stuck with him twice. You can see that Wayne got on her nerves, which is pretty funny and good to see characters interact with others that you wouldn't think they'll talk to. Honestly, there would be a pretty cool final 2 this season. Since the season isn't over yet, we don't know what place Julia is going to get. I predicted her to get second. Would love for her to win the season, but I have a feeling she won't. Whoever she's going against is probably going to win the season, which will probably be Wayne or Damien. So far, I really like Julia in season 2, and her alliance with MK is a really nice addition. I want to end this off comparing Julia to the other villain characters, and she's actually the best villain in total drama. Julia was a very well written character. She was nice and calm in the first couple episodes, then she turned into a villain, hurting and manipulating others to get her way and make sure she won't get eliminated. We saw her cheat in challenges to make sure she could win and be safe. We also saw her personally attack anyone who messed with her or got on her nerves, for example Nichelle. So in my opinion, Julia is a really good villain, but not the best. She was definitely isn't better than Heather and Alejandro. Alejandro was honestly probably the best villain with his ways to manipulate people and go on their radar. And Heather did what Julia did, but better. There's a reason people call her the new Heather. However, I do have to say Julia is better than Scott and the other villains in that season. So overall, Julia is a really good character and well-written villain, but she isn't the best. These are my opinions on Julia and why she is my favorite character in the reboot. Tell me your opinions of Julia in the comments below.